Before the season, we did talk to you a bit about how good your group was. You talked about, well, it's all in theory, it's all on paper. How have those guys kind of met or exceeded or not quite met the expectations so far?
No, I think they're doing a good job, really doing. And the thing about it is they're all working really hard together and collectively as a group. And I'm excited where we're at. And like I said, we just gotta take our opportunities when they come. And we're obviously spreading around the ball to the tight ends as well. So it's been a good distribution between all the receivers.
It was no secret that Khalil was going to be a guy to take a step up this year. I think everyone kind of expected that, and he has done that so far. What's maybe caught your eye most about what he's done?
He just stayed the course, really. I mean, from last year to the offseason to obviously translating into this year, he's just stayed the course. He's just kind of quiet demeanor, very competitive. Obviously knows the offense really well, and when you get a guy that knows what he's doing, he's really competitive and wants to go out and make plays and prove a lot of people wrong, it's a good recipe for success. So he's doing well. I'm really happy about where he's at right now.
It certainly seems like he's been asked to come and talk and represent the team a lot more. Is he kind of becoming a leader for you guys in a way? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. Last year when he was a freshman, it's a little hard. He's kind of just acclimated to playing and get on the field. And I think now the guys have seen his production, see what he can do, and he's a great kid on top of that. He does everything great off the field. So, he's kind of stepping up and being a leader, and guys start following him. So that's kind of the next progression for him as a player. For sure.
We're going to talk to Hightower today for the first time in a while. What have you seen from him just with everything that happened with the injury and then the bowl game academic issue and just kind of working past that and getting to be where he is now?
He's a guy right now. He seems happier. He's just good smile on his face, going to work hard. He got through that academic bump, which was good, and he's actually doing well now, and he's doing much better. So it's just a good tribute to him as a person. Just when he got a little adversity, how did he handle it? Yes, he was out of the bowl game, but he worked his tail out all summer long, and right now he's at a point where he's playing for us and doing well too. So I'm happy with him as well, because a lot of kids could have gone the other way, and it could have been a bad deal, maybe not been with the program, but he fought through and he's doing well.
You saw his speed obviously on that kick return, but just in terms of what he actually brings to this offense, and we talk so much about all the receivers you have, but how does he kind of fit in, and what does he provide, and what do you want to see from him moving forward?
Obviously his speed is obviously what everybody looks at, and that's what you need. You need a guy to kind of go vertical and make those plays, and he's just ultra competitive. He's actually very, very smart on the football field. He knows what he's doing. So we're trying to get him to obviously distribute the ball to him and really to everybody else. But he's just a good all-around football player and plays fast and works hard, and I like where he's at too. And I think he still has some room to grow as well as the season goes on. I really do.
He doesn't have obviously doesn't have a ton of college catches even between junior college and watching yesterday. I mean, some of those guys catching the ball just comes really naturally to him. Seems like he's got to work at it a little more. What are some of the things he's really got to kind of fine tune and work at maybe a little more than some other guys do?
Yeah, I think for him, his hands are actually pretty good. I mean, he's got good natural ball skills. It's him. It's more the technique in his route running, and then obviously releases at the line of scrimmage. That's where he's got, because right now he's so fast, he can just blow a guy off the line of scrimmage and not really use a lot of technique because he's so fast. Once he kind of harnesses the technique and uses the release at the line of scrimmage, and he's doing better with his route technique, he'll actually go from a good to a great to a really, really good receiver down the road.
It seems like, he's got, 4 career touchdowns of 60-plus yards, and no other active player, offensive player on the roster has one of those. Can he score from anywhere on the field? Is he one of your most, if not your most explosive offensive guys?
I would say he's the most explosive guy we have, no doubt. There's not a lot of guys, quite honestly, in college football that have that kind of speed. Some guys have track speed, some guys have football speed. He has football speed. He can translate his speed and make plays, whether it's in the return game or receiver or whatever you want to do with him. He has legit real speed, and that's what makes him different than most out there in college football today.
I mean, we were watching him on that kick return, and we're talking about Harsin a little bit. It looked like that kicker could have had even an angle on him, but there's no real angle it seemed like he can take.
No, that's one thing you can't teach is speed. Is if you're fast and you can pull away from guys, you have to be an exceptional athlete as well to take the correct angle and then tackle him. And if you're not at that level, he will blow by, and that's what happened. And it's more just attributed to John and how fast he is, and he can harness that speed and use his technique and be a good football player with that speed. That's what's going to make John an elite player, I think.
I think we all know that he likes things with wheels, and he has wheels. But what can you tell us that we maybe might not know about him as a person and not necessarily as a football player?
Well, it's funny you said his wheels. He loves cars. He really does. He truly, football, he would love to be a mechanic as well and go build cars and get his roll up sleeves and get his hands greasy. And if I was like, John, there's no way. He's like, no, Coach, really, my whole life I've been around cars. I'm like, all right. That's his passion. That's what's kind of cool about John. He's a great football player. He's a great person, but he's just a little quirky in that way. He has his own little hobbies and what he likes, and he does. And it's legit. It's the real deal. He loves building cars. Yeah.
With you kind of mentioned, you said he seems happier. I mean, why do you think that is?
Well, when you go through a rough patch and you feel like the world's caving in on you, and you're a young man, you're going through what he was going through academically, it can be tough, and he fought through it. And I think when he got to the end of the tunnel and got to the light, and he's still not there, he still has to continue this semester as well. But when you break through that academic threshold or any adversity you go through, there is a little bit of kind of take a deep breath, and not that you made it, but you made the next step. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I think that's what you see in him is just he just took a deep breath. He worked his tail off all summer to be able to be academically right for the season, and it paid off. And I think that's what you see. You see him just kind of exhaling and enjoying the process.
I'm curious, as a former quarterback, now coaching wide receivers, your take on Hank and his ability to kind of hang in there. I mean, I know he's taken a lot of hits, but some of those, he hangs in there as long as he can. You guys are backed up in your own end zone, and he takes a hit, but I mean, he took every second out of it and completed a big pass.
It's absolutely amazing what that kid does, and I mean it. Like when I was a player, I was not very good, and I got hit a lot, and it was painful when you feel it. And I think about how I was, and I look at him on the sideline. You wouldn't even know. He is just so happy, so energetic. Pops up next play, coach. Like he just loves the game, and that's attributed to his personality and his mindset because he does take some hits and he takes some shots. But how he responds, a lot of kids could buckle and go the other way, and maybe get a little quick foot or throw the ball up in the air, maybe throw an interception or have a bad plan. He really doesn't. He really honestly just takes the next play. If you ever watch him on the sideline during a game, he is always happy, always fired up, always energetic, no matter what's going on. And I don't know if that's just being naive and young, and he just doesn't know, and that's great. But if he does, I think it's more the type of person he is, just being with him and spending more time on the sideline. He has a great approach to what's going on with him.
It's good.
Let's see.
Thanks, Keith.